Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. What we have this time is the Tim Johnson Knives AEB-L Gyuto 210mm knife. So this is his Magi Pro line. And the steel on this, it's a monosteel construction, so it's one piece of steel that's ground with stock removal to shape. And so the core steel, or the steel, is AEB-L full stainless steel. Heat treats around 62 Rockwell, so that'll increase the edge retention a little bit over kind of the standard heat treat for this steel. This steel is very fine grain. It's used in razor blades. It's excellent steel. Takes a wonderful edge. It's full stainless, easy to sharpen. Just a great choice for a knife steel. So the construction, again, is mono steel. Weight and dimensions could vary a little bit from knife to knife. This particular one with this handle is 108 grams or 3.8 ounces. Edge length is about 205 millimeters on the edge from the tip to the back of the heel. About 8.1 inches. Overall length, about 350 millimeters with this handle. Spine thickness, this is a thin knife with a laser style just aspect to it from the start to finish. So it's about 2.1-ish, 2.15 out the back here coming out of the handle. And then I measured about 1.75 on the middle, and then it thins out and thins out some more. So this blade has a fair amount of flex to it. It's thin. It's very thin all the way around. The height is 43 1/4, so it's not particularly tall, but the neck is not that wide. So for me, I still get plenty of clearance for the board. I played around with this a little bit, and I did not find myself wanting for more height for clearance for me. If you've got really big hands, you may have an issue with it. The handle is kind of unique. It's maple. It's octagonal, but it's really more square tagonal, do we call it that? You can see it's pretty squarish, rectangular-ish, but you've got some small facets on the corners to make it 8-sided. But it's got kind of a blocky, style to it. It's a fairly chunky handle. It's about 77 millimeters in circumference, or a little over 3. Right about here, what I would normally measure where a ferrule material meets the handle material. So he does put these on with beeswax. So the idea behind that is that if you want to take the handle off, you can just probably heat up the knife a little bit and just pop it right off very easily if you want to put a custom handle on it. So anyway, kind of a unique facet to that. So the handle is pretty light, which is good because it's a lightweight blade. Fit and finish is nicely done. You've got some rounding and polishing on the spine. You've got some rounding and polishing on the choil into the neck, so it's very comfortable. Out of the box edge, I'd say it's 5 out of 10. You can get it a lot sharper than it is out of the box, but it's serviceable out of the box. But for me, I would definitely want to put my own edge on it. One unique aspect of it, let's get our beauty shot here. So one unique aspect of it, and you can really see that here, is that he pretty much lets the knife stay with a little more thickness on the grind till you get close to the edge, and then contours that quickly down towards the edge. There's still an actual edge bevel on it, but you can really see that contour. So there's a heavy convex right before you get to the edge on the grind. It's a little different than most knives of this style, where they'll come up more continuously down to the edge. What that does do is give you a little reinforcement at the edge with the you'll lose a little bit of performance in terms of pure laser performance through things. Not a whole lot, a little bit, but you also gain some meat behind the edge as well for more durability. So there's trade-offs either way. But again, the overall bent of this knife is excuse the expression, is performance overall. Let's see, balance point. With this particular handle, here's your balance point. It's a very light knife, obviously. It's under 4 ounces, so you don't want to put a heavy handle on this if you choose to swap it out. There's the current balance point. Got a nice feel for a pinch grip. Let's look at it on the cutting board. So the tip is really thin on this. Again, the performance through products is kind of his goal. You can see it's got a pretty versatile profile. It's got a flat part towards the back, and it actually kind of pulls into a stop there. You can feel it stop at the heel. It's It's not super abrupt, but you can feel it when you come into the back side of it. And then it's pretty much almost half the blade does that. And then the front part has this kind of a medium belly. So I can still get up in this area here before it starts wanting to dig the tip in. I'm right about in there. So it'll rock nicely over medium to small stuff. It definitely will chop really well towards the back half. And then push-pull, glide cuts, and so on. It's good for that. So Tim's done a lot with this profile, given the length of the knife. So very interesting offering. If you're looking for a laser type of knife, AEB-L's excellent steel. It's a really cool blade. So this is the Tim Johnson Knives AEB-L Gyuto 210mm knife.